Hello, Buglers, and welcome to issue 4218 of the Bugle, audio newspaper for a visually weeping world, with me, Andy Zaltzman, the city where if I open the door right now, on Tuesday, the 1st of February, 2022, you can still hear the echo of British democracy saying, "What the f*** was that?" and calling for its priest. Top story this week, and well, as I said at the start, if you're listening to this week's Bugle in the United Kingdom, and you can hear some strange sounds in the background, it could be one of a number of things. If you hear a whirring sound, that's probably millions and millions of people spinning in their graves at what this country has become. If you hear a scraping sound, that could be the ghosts of the war dead scrubbing Boris Johnson and Jacob Rees-Mogg's metaphorical urine off the cenotaph. If you hear a coughing, ironically a new and persistent cough, that is everyone in the country with a functioning memory who endured the privations of COVID, whether or not they thought they were right, who maybe saw loved ones die on a Zoom call, or have seen their children's love of learning drain away through the drab functionality of remote learning, or who sat alone contemplating the bleakness of solitude, trying to at least draw a blush of shame from the cheeks of the Prime Minister.
Listen, you said the Sue Gray report, Andy, but it's actually the Sue Gray teaser report. You know, like when someone drops a track before releasing the whole album, you're like, mate, Sue Gray's on Spotify with a couple of bangers. Can't wait for the full album to be released. I mean, she's carried out interviews with over 70 individuals. It says some more than once, examined relevant documentary and digital information, emails, WhatsApp messages, text messages, photographs, building entry and exit logs, etc., etc., etc. So shortly after the report, Prime Minister Boris Johnson said, firstly, I want to say sorry, and I'm sorry for the things we simply didn't get right. Also, sorry for the way this matter has been handled. He's that guy you really wanted to date in your 20s, weeing all over the place. He's we didn't get it right. We made mistakes. There's no personal accountability whatsoever about the fact that, you know, you set the rules in the highest position, the highest office in the land. You set the rules and repeatedly broke them whilst expecting us to follow them. And then, for some reason yesterday, he brought Jimmy Savile in. And no one knows why, presumably waiting for Rees-Mogg to say now then.
I mean, Sue Gray is releasing her report in Dickensian serial form, this week-by-week drip-feeding, career-ending revelations as the public slowly builds its resistance to the poison of accountability, like a modern teenager destroying their ability to ever achieve intimacy with access to increasingly perverted pornography. And by the time the whole truth is out there, everyone's looking for something bigger and more horrifying. We're jaded. Lies, insulting dereliction of duty, yawn, call that a scandal. Where's the blow-up anatomically correct dolphin? Don't tell me, I know the answer to something to do with Matt Hancock. It's from this far away, it is absolutely wild to me. Former Supreme Court Justice Lord Assumption said the Metropolitan Police have effectively obstructed or delayed this whole process by not asking Sue Gray not to publish these details in her report. And I resent, Andy, as I said on the news quiz, I resent this hereditary lord, this unelected nobleman sweeping in and protecting the British public from the consequences of their own voting actions. It's awful.
The glorious way our democracy works.
But I just feel sorry, like on a human level, I feel sorry for Sue Gray. She's never going to be able to go to a party again without everyone being like, whoop, here's something for your report. You know, like,
here's how to ken if you're at a party or two. Like, if there's two of you, it's not a party. If there's six of you, it could be a party, unless you're related to them, in which case, it's not a party. If you're at a pub and there's loads of you, but you're all at separate tables, it's not a party. If there's loads of you, but it's during the day, it's not a party. If there's loads of you and it's during the day and you're at work, but you're all drunk, then it's a party. Unless none of you ken that anybody else is drunk, because that's just a coping. That's just a coping strategy. If there's a clown, it's definitely a party, unless it's at number 10. Unless it's at number 10, in which case it's just a day at the office. If a party happens in the woods and Sue Gray isn't there to write a report on it, did it really happen? Likewise, if the only party you could go to was in the Cabinet Office, would you probably still have mere fun sitting next to the Queen at a funeral?
Well, Andy, I mean, the Winter Olympics is my favorite Olympics, otherwise known as the less good Olympics, the most lying down Olympics, and the one thing holding off the invasion of Ukraine by Russia. My favorite bit of this is that China has accused the United States of paying athletes to create disturbances during the Beijing Winter Olympics. So this is Chinese state media. This isn't just some conspiracy theory online. This is an incredible claim that they're going to sabotage the Olympics by playing, quote unquote, playing passively or refusing to take part in competitions, which hasn't happened yet. Let me be clear. Or also expressing discontent toward China, either subtly or overtly. So if any athlete is coming out onto the field, I don't know, it's the Winter Olympics, onto the cold bit, looking less than entirely satisfied, it's going to be taken as an attack on China by America, which I think is pretty wild.
I mean, let's look for positives. I mean, we might not be able to grow coffee, avocados, and cashew nuts where we used to. But what if we get even tastier food growing in the now unfarmable regions when they get? I mean, thanks to climate change, food could come pre-cooked straight from the farm. Basically, slow cooked, kind of sous vide'd in 150% humidity and 55-degree heat, and also using modern cell growing technology and genetic modification witchery, we can end up with maybe a hybrid cucumberland sausage, or a halib artichoke, or even a Chateaubriand orange. Exciting times. All I'm saying is I need a coffee, and I need one now.
I'm scared for different reasons from you guys, because coffee and avocado production, I care because this hits beauty routines, or if you're dictatorial about it, regimes, a beauty regime. So the world has changed. When I was a teenager, all the girls' magazines suggested homemade avocado face masks. Now the idea of putting a 10-quid breakfast smash on my face is it's not going to happen. Ditto the coffee scrub for cellulite. These used to be just budget beauty treatments. Now I need a mortgage for them. This is what's getting me riled up. Also, if we lose coffee or tobacco, which was one of the other resources, how else are we going to name men's fragrances? Because it's always a combination of smoky coffee or leather and whiskey, old horse, burnt down library, restored 18th century barn, grandfather's yacht, discarded scrum cap. If we lose these things, we lose all the great men's fragrances. That's all I'm saying.
Incidentally, Alok Sharma, who was president of the COP26 summit late last year that set out to definitively paper over the cracks of our planetary demise in a lasting and sustainable way, has already warned that progress made during that summit just 3 months ago is in danger of withering on the vine, which is quick work, even by the standards of our uniquely self-loathing species. 3 months before everyone just gives the fuck up. Happy time.
Tiff, why is it that men's fragrances always smell of a time and place in which women did not have rights? You smell like you need a suffrage somewhere.
Other phrases that are going out of fashion include they know their onions, not enough room to swing a cat, colder than a wizard's wangle dangle, better a sandwich in the mouth than a javelin in the eye. You can't scramble the eggs if you don't shake the chicken. Pull my finger and I'm going to knock you out. Mama said knock you out. Are we worried that these traditional but often meaningless phrases, and also quite not enough room to swing a cat? I mean, the empirical research that went into the development of that phrase doesn't really bear thinking about.
I don't know, Andy. I think let the monkey smell the biscuit. Let the hounds smell. Let the hounds spend the pound. I want to bring back colder than a witch's tit, because we all know witch's tits are freezing, and sometimes you pop one into a cocktail glass just to make it chilled. So I would like to. I would like to see that. I'm not telling you who the witch is, but I'm just saying. Pearls before swine is one that's gone.
Yep.
And do you know why? So 78% of people have never used. It's not kosher. I've used the phrase
double
pearls.
not kosher.
That makes it kosher. They cancel each other out, Alice.
Oh, okay.
Know the rules.
I think we're not using pearls before swine because not enough of this country's population fancy themselves as high-minded poets or raconteurs. I am literally a raconteur. I travel to various theatres, and I have big norks. So I'm happy to use that one.
Pearls Before Swine is something to do, I think, with the Queen getting blinged up before the state opening of Parliament. I think that was the origin of the...
Of Pearls Before Swine. Yes. Oh, okay. And a turn up for the books no one uses anymore because it's become a turn up for the Kindle. That's all that is.
Yes. And It's Raining Cats and Dogs, now replaced by It's Evacuating a Plane Load of Cats and Dogs and then lying about having authorised it. Codswallop. It's a load of codswallop. That's now replaced by the simple term It's Taramasalata. Be There or Be Square is now Stay in Your Own Country or Be Held in a Very Small Square-Shaped Holding Cell. Language evolves.
I think the problem, Andy, is that with a lot of these old phrases, particularly the ones that are a little bit more obscure in their wording, is we all just have the vague feeling that they're probably racist.